Yeah, good morning, Tom, and welcome to Carrington. I'll just step aside so we can have a look at Michael Carrick's side training ahead of that big game against Tottenham Hotspur this weekend, Saturday lunchtime. And, you know, someone, as you mentioned, who has been outstanding, especially since Michael Carrick and his backroom staff have taken charge, is Bruno Fernandes. I mean, It's funny, Tom. Obviously, I was at the game on the weekend, and yes, he picked up 2 more assists, but it was his whole performance, really. When you're at the game, you see the extra touches of class, the extra awareness. His assist, of course, in the 95th minute for Benjamin Sesko to get that winner was world class. And perhaps have a bit of a question for Jamie in the studio. I just wonder, Bruno Fernandes, 12 assists in the league so far. He very well could be the United record of assists in a Premier League season. That's 15 with David Beckham. But could he match, if not surpass, the Premier League record of 20 assists? What do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, I think he could. I think they've got him back in his best position. I love watching him play as a number 10. I think he was hamstrung playing as a midfielder under Amorim, but Michael Carrick has given him a new lease of life. If he stays fit, he makes things happen for Manchester United. He's a danger. I think he's one of the best, if not the best player in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, Daniel.
But on that point, Jamie, I mean, should we be talking about him then as a potential player this season? I know Arsenal fans will probably talk about Declan Rice and Gabriel, but I mean, what Bruno Fernandes, I also think even last season, 20 goals and assists each in all competitions, despite a team finishing 15th, just don't feel like he ever maybe gets the credit that he deserves, but maybe especially now playing, as you mentioned, in a position that he loves being in.
Should absolutely be up for player of the season. I think he's underrated. I think he's an incredible football player. And, you know, every season when you look at the Sky stats that come up all the time, he is at the top of most chances created pretty much every season. He's a fantastic footballer. He's brilliant. I love watching him play, and he makes Man United tick.
Jay, so far the uncertainty around who the head coach is going to be next season is certainly not affecting them because they've won 3 out of 3 with Michael Carrick. But if you are a player, can it affect you if you don't know who's going to be there next season?
Well, I mean, we were speaking off air about this. I had a situation when I was at Charlton back in the day, and it was when Darren Bent first went to Charlton. I think he scored 20 Premier League goals, done fantastically well, but Charlton only played with 1 up front, so obviously I was limited to minutes. And Kirbishley was there. Towards the end of the season, we discussed the new contract. I was going to sign it at the end of the season, but then Kirbishley moved on to West Ham. Ian Dowie came in and took the contract away from me. So obviously, you can imagine I was fuming, but I think at Man United, it will be something similar because there's going to be players there thinking, well, Michael Carrick's not been guaranteed the job. What's my future look like after the season? They still have to go out and perform this season. They're doing really well, the players that are playing, but they will have, thoughts on their future next season, which is up in the air at the moment.
Manchester United were back on the training pitch today, and the intensity was hard to miss. After recent results and growing scrutiny, the session felt less like routine preparation and more like a statement. Sharp passing drills, quick transitions, and plenty of vocal instruction pointed to a group being pushed to raise standards. What stood out most was the tempo. There was urgency in the movement and bite in the challenges, the kind you expect from players trying to lock down starting spots. Several senior figures took charge during drills, constantly demanding more, while the coaching staff kept sessions tight and purposeful. There was also a clear focus on structure. Shape work and pressing patterns featured heavily, suggesting an emphasis on control and discipline in the next match. It looked like a team being reminded of fundamentals, cutting out the unnecessary and getting back to basics. Training sessions don't win games, but they often reveal mindset. Today felt like a response, not a routine. Whether this intensity carries into match day is the real test, but for now, United look switched on and determined to reset the narrative.